Welcome to my channel. Hello, hello. Let me just turn it a little bit. Anyways, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. This is not your first time. Thank you for coming back. So, let me just get everything situated. All right. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard was that so many things, but you are their only focus. So this is someone who is really, really fixated on you. For whatever reason, they're fixated. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is a good fixation or just like something. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what cards to use. Let's use these. Let's go the Joe Schmo route. The usual cards that are used. And let us pull some of these as well. All right. So let's get started. All right. We're doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. Also for those of us who find ourselves on this channel without any Pisces in anything. You're probably an empath. You're probably needing messages from your soul. Okay. Just pull a couple like that. And we'll pull a couple from here. One more shuffle. And this, we'll shuffle this too. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Oh my goodness. We'll take all of these. So much conflict, it seems. Oh, Lord. All right. Let's start. So again, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you again for coming back. So this reading is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. Also for those of us who find ourselves on this channel without any Pisces in anything, you're probably an empath and you're probably needing messages from your soul. First card, Hearth, Homecoming in reverse. Something has gone very, very wrong. Okay. Whatever this something is, it involves the household, it involves the home, it involves a type of perception that's necessary to make connections, relationships, things like that work. Okay. So at this point, something's not working. Something is causing a lot of maybe distress for you. Maybe it's almost a sense of having made the wrong decision, a lot of questioning, a lot of just uncertainty. Okay. The home is upside down. That's a very disconcerting type of circumstance to live through. Grounding. You need to do whatever is necessary for you to really connect with your life once again, to ground yourself within your existence. Okay. It's important for you to begin really, really allowing yourself to live in a way that will help you grow, not just fighting what that growth is, not fighting what the processes are that help you to grow. Um, I'm hearing a lot of wrong decisions were made. I'm not sure what that means. A lot of wrong decisions were made. Um, damn. Is that like relationship decisions? Is that friendship, business? What is it? Wrong decisions. Hmm. Oh, goodness gracious. Masculine. I think this is the same masculine energy that keeps coming through in all the readings. Good God. Hold on. I'm going to look through this. I don't care. I don't care. Okay. All right. That works. Sorry. I had to look through the other deck because I'm just, let me just keep reading. Okay. So this masculine, I guess it's some person with masculine energy in your life. I'm almost wondering if they're regretting whatever decision they made. If they're feeling as though, gosh, why did I choose to make things worse than they already were? I should have just worked through it. Oh, they've been gaslit. It's this thing of having been gaslit yet again, yet again. It almost is like they're practically free already from whatever they're going through. Probably it's probably an ugly relationship. They already, freed themselves, but the mental shackles are one hell of a thing. And that's what's really affecting them. This mental shackle that's been placed on them. Okay. Intensification in reverse. So when things began to calm down, they began to lose their drive. They began to lose their rebelliousness against whoever it was that was super duper trying to control them. That person learned or realized that they needed to chill out with trying to control. And so they began to take a more passive role. These are just cycles over and over and over, cycles, cycles, cycles between these two people. I mean, it just feels like, God, why does this have to keep coming up if this person continues to choose to experience these cycles once again? I don't know. I don't know why this has to keep coming up. I don't understand. I mean, maybe are you just considering waiting around for them? I It could be that where it's like you're waiting around, you're waiting for confirmation and you want really badly to have another go with this person. And I don't know that sounds very specific. So I don't know. I don't know. This is irking me though, for real. I am totally the type of person where it's like, if you already know the problem and you keep selecting the same thing that keeps you in the problem, I'm just going to need to carry on with my merry self. Like I don't need to keep rehashing it and rehashing it. I'm just not that type of person. It's like we identify the problem, we implement a solution, and if you don't implement the solution, then you live with the same problem, and I leave it at that, you know? And my phone is going crazy. All of these um this is a very frustrating topic at this point because it's like this back and forth, back and forth. I mean, if y'all have broken up this many times, like what are you doing? That's a serious question. Like I don't understand. What are you doing? Either you're going to commit to working this out completely, right? Like really just working it out At which point, stop with the breakups. For real. Stop. Because every time you break up and get back together, they lose respect for you that much more. I'm so not joking. So when you say, I'm really done, and you're really done, um, and you leave, they know you're not leaving. They don't have to truly implement any type of change when this is the cycles that you've been going through. They know you're not leaving. Your words are empty to them now. See? So it's one of those things where you're either really truly going to leave or don't say it at all. Because if you're just threatening just to, um, make them think about their behaviors, or that's not a healthy relationship. It's just not. That's something that lacks proper communication. That is something that, dare I say it, um, I think I'm going to say it. It's a total waste of your time. Total waste of your time. I don't want to be in connections with people where I'm not going to grow myself in some way, shape, or form, not even friendships. If it's going to be the same old, I mean, have a good life without me. That's just really, truly how I feel. Where if it's not a mutually beneficial type of connectivity, I'm going to encourage you with my absence to move forward without me, because neither of us need that. Neither of us need that type of stagnation where you hurt me, I hurt you, now we're both hurting. Who's going to fix this? Well, it's your fault. No, it's your fault. No, I fixed it last time. Like, for real? Are you serious? That's a waste of time. I am very, very proud to report I've entered a period in my life where we're either both going to work to make this work lifelong, or let's just both cut our losses right here, right now. Let's not go through multiple cycles of the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. Like, we both deserve more than this, you know? Mariah says, for me, it sounds like a friend of mine. Ooh, that's in a very manipulative relationship, and I'm trying to step out of the drama. Yeah. If someone continues to facilitate another person's manipulation of them and they don't want to hear your voice of reason, you have to stop talking. There's no point in straining your throat in order to still not be heard. You know what I mean? Um, in the past, I've told people, like, why do you keep asking me if you keep choosing the same thing? Like, there's no point in you asking me what my thoughts are on specific topics. These are not sessions. These are like private connections that I have with people, acquaintances, friends. And they consistently ask me about the same relationship. And it's like, mofo, it's been 2, 3 years. You've been asking me the same thing. Yeah, you ain't leaving. You're not leaving. No, I'm really going to leave this time. No, you're not. I know it. They know it. I think you're the only one that doesn't know it. You're not going to leave. You're not going to leave. So instead of talking all of this stuff about leaving, why don't you put all your focus on trying to figure out how to make it work for yourself, since you're choosing to stay? Now, this is not me like, oh, I can't believe you take it. No, it's like, stop wasting my time asking me if you should leave when I know, the person you're threatening to leave knows you're not leaving. You know? I found that for women, because I'm a woman, I can't speak for men. I want to say it applies to men as well, but I can't say for sure because I'm not a man. um, I feel like when a person is done, like, they're not asking people for permission. They're not asking people, what do you think? What should I do? They're just doing it. They're just doing it. They're leaving, their things are packed, and you'll hear about it when they're good and gone already. 88% at 817. 888, 1 plus 7 is 8. 88, 88. Ooh, I like that. 16, 16, 7, 7, 14, 5. Mm, mm, mm. Tiffany. Tiffany says, I'm weeks away from finalizing divorce. He refuses to grow as a person. He was also verbally and mentally. He's a Taurus. I found, and no hate towards Taurus, but I found the most toxic sign when they're not balanced. Oh Lord, Taurus, yo, why you gotta be such an overachiever there? I'm just saying, but it's when they're unbalanced, okay? If they're toxic, whoa, they like are toxic. La toxica, you know? But that's when they're toxic. Not all Taurus is toxic. It's just one of those things where it's like, what are we really trying to do? It's not for me or anyone else to tell you to leave or to stay. But baby boo, you got to make up your own mind and actually stick with it. A lot of your suffering is the fact that you know what you need and that this person is most likely incapable and unwilling to give you what you need. Yet you don't accept them as they are. You continue to think that somehow your presence is going to be the very thing that heals them. You understand, I have, air quotes, healed people from very, very serious conditions. So long as they're, um, listening to what I'm saying and very heavily supported by me, they're going through the healing process, right? The symptoms disappear, yada, yada, yada. It's beautiful. And then the moment that the sessions are done and I kind of like step back, like, okay, you're good to go now. Everything is fixed. Go run and be free, be wild, go live life. And then they're left to their own devices. And because I'm not there as this very dominant type of presence where it's like, oh my gosh, Emmy's going to know I'm effing up. Like, who cares if I know? What am I going to do to you? But they put that in their head where it's like they're holding themselves accountable now because they don't want to disappoint me. And now that I'm backing away because it's done, well, now they don't have to hold themselves accountable. So now they're going to go right back to the same behavioral patterns, have the same type of mentality and emotions, and all of those symptoms return. And it's not an undoing of the healing that I did. It's a reverting back to the same toxic crap that led to the same condition that we fixed. I had someone once accuse me that I was being a total bitch, okay, because they decided to basically cuss someone out on my behalf. Like, I didn't ask you to do that. And they were talking mad crap to this person publicly on social media. I literally did not ask anyone to argue with anyone on my behalf. I don't like that. And then they were talking so much caca about this person's wife. I was just like, oh hell no. Oh no, why would you do that? And so I was just like, oh, toxic. That's toxic. You're gonna get me into a whole bunch of crap that I don't need to be in simply because you like to argue with people. You like that crap. And so I stepped back. I was just like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna just live my life, leave you alone. I'm just good. And because of that, they got really, really upset. And they're like, "Oh, you're such a fake," or whatever they said. Like, "You didn't really heal me." And I said, "I never claimed to heal you. I fixed the morphogenetic issues. I fixed all of that. That's why your fibromyalgia went away. But like I said, if you don't maintain it, if you go back to the same shit talking you've always done, I mean, that's a shitty behavior. Oh, so you're saying it's my fault? You're so fake. No, I'm saying it's exactly your fault. And no, I'm not fake because I never claimed to heal you. I told you if you're going to keep doing the same behaviors, you're going to still keep having the same shit. You got fibromyalgia because you keep vomiting shit out your mouth. Like, stop talking shit to people. Fix whatever toxic shit's going on inside you. Bitch, you be looking for people to fight with because you're so unhappy with yourself. I told her straight up. Like, you fucking so unhappy with yourself. You jump at the opportunity to argue with people. Why? Because you want to have a piece of that, like, yeah, now I can attack someone outside of me. Of course, symptoms are going to come back. If we don't take ownership of what we choose for ourselves, the ramifications, it's not just your external environment that's affected by that, your internal, your health, physiological health, emotional health, psychological health, everything, financial health. How are you going to function in a job if you're struggling with things like that inside? You can't. It's hard. It's hard. It's very, very hard. I'm not saying this person is a bad person. I'm saying they have a shitty attitude. And so long as they have a shitty attitude, they're going to have a shitty ass life. That's the reality of it. It's not because I feel you deserve a shitty life. It's I'm just neutrally observing. Like, you choose the most fucked up shit for yourself consistently and you wonder why you fucked up. Makes no kind of sense to me. Makes no kind of sense. When my life starts to go to crap, I have to pause and be like, okay, what am I choosing for myself? Where's this coming from? I know it's coming from me. I'm projecting it out. Why? What am I going through inside? What am I going through inside that's causing me to project this to my environment, to externalize an internal process? And the moment I begin doing that, where I allow myself to really truly see, all right, girl, this is what we've been choosing. Every time we choose to interact with that, every time we choose that to allow that to affect us, and so many different things like that. And it's just taking stock of where you are. Where are you within yourself? If you're not the toxic person, you're volunteering to be the toxic proxy so long as you remain in the proximity of that toxicity. So long as you continue to exist in an environment where people are toxic, you will be affected by that toxicity. Let's make an analogy, okay? What's the analogy? Well, you're in a public restroom and some stranger or maybe one of your companions is going potty number 2, and you're like, what? No, I should be allowed to stay in the bathroom and not be forced to smell all of this nasty. Like, common sense. Common sense. Common sense, okay? Common sense tells me if I don't want to smell that, I don't stay inside the bathroom. Right? I remember one time we got home wherever it was that we were living, and my husband, we had to go up a flight of stairs. My husband farted and he took off running. He was trying to run up the stairs before me. I don't think so. It became a race, and I was like, no, don't go in front of me, because guess what? I'm gonna smell that. I don't want to smell that. Yeah. Why keep following behind someone who has, energetic flatulence? Sometimes that'll stick to your clothes. I'm just saying. That has a potentiality to stick to the clothes, whatever you identify as. That's the clothing you're wearing on your soul. I'm like, he was cracking up. He's like, why don't you want to? No, I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. So, I've been known to like do a little whistle into my hand and throw it at his face. What's fair is fair. What's fair is fair. He would tell you guys that I have severe flatulence. You love me anyways. He loved me anyways. Don't let him convince you otherwise. Passion is upside down. You're passionate about the wrong thing. If your passion is based in this like concept that you're going to heal this person, that your love is going to be the thing that heals them. Honey, I've told myself that lie so many times. Not in romantic relationships. I'm pretty cutthroat when it comes to romantic relationships. I'm just like, look, you toxic. I don't want you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. When it comes to romantic things, I don't play. I don't got that time. I don't have that type of energy. Friendships, however, oh my God, I got all the time. I got all the energy. I want that smoke. I like to choke on smoke. Yeah, no, I don't know why I do that. I'm learning not to anymore. Where it's this thing of whatever you need me to do is what I will do because I'm gonna love you into wholeness. Uh, I've never been able to. The people who I have, had this logic for, like that's the reason why I pursued a ripening of our connection, friend platonic connection. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted them to feel loved and feel whole. And they were going to like, what? I don't know what I was plotting to do. It's kind of like, was I plotting to make you a clone of me? Like if someone just loved me enough, I wouldn't have been angry as a young adult. I wouldn't have made, no, girl. No, the only thing that made me into a balanced person is living for so long in a very unbalanced way. And because I experienced the opposing polarity of what I really wanted and needed, I began to understand the gravity of why I want and need it. It wasn't ever someone else who was going to make me whole. Ever, ever. Hey, balance. Balance needs to be reestablished in your life. It's a choice you have to make. It's not going to just magically happen. Union. It feels as though there's a high potentiality that whoever this is for you, they've gone back to their relationship. Michael says I have to shuffle the deck. Whatever. He goes, your freak out requires you to shuffle the deck. I didn't want it to be a twin flame reading. It's fine. It's fine. Plot twist, I'm using a different deck. I want to switch the deck altogether, but all right. I had to pull it from the center. There. Ha! Card number 24, new birth guarded vigilantly. So this is in reverse, right? That means that you're failing to give yourself, or they're failing to give themselves, the type of consideration that's necessary after you've shifted into a new way of being. People think that spiritual growth, excuse me, people think that when you level up in your spiritual process, that all of a sudden you're so much more powerful and yada, yada, yada. Which you are. You are. But you're also very destabilized. Look at it in terms of working out. So, for a period, I was doing, it's kind of like an inverted leg press where I am pretty much laying. It's like a reclined position, and my legs are pushing the platform up like this, right? So I was doing that. I have very unstable knees, and I was doing that at a specific weight, and it felt easy. And so it was time for me to level up. So I leveled up. And I kept leveling up. But here's the thing that I want to point out. Every time I added an extra 90 pounds, yes, every single time I would level up, I wouldn't add no 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds. That's another 90 pounds. I would feel the instability in my knees again. And I would need to be extra careful. I wear knee braces, but I would need to hold my knees like this so they only track in one way. Okay. There's no ability for my knees to separate. So I would hold my knees like this, like that, both my knees together, and I would push. I would track with it just like this. And it's one of these things where if I had it in my head, like, oh, now I'm badass because I just leveled up, I would really F my knees up. I would really, really end up effing myself up. And it's this need that you have that's probably going unrecognized, where you've leveled up and you're trying to convince yourself you're powerful now, which you are, but you're also unstable in that new sense of self. You need time to begin understanding who you are now. Now that you've shifted, you need to take the time to get comfortable and know yourself once again intimately. Every time you level up, you become a different person. You become a different person. I just went through another level up. Spiritually speaking, I just went through another level up. I feel like a different person. Yes, my energy feels more powerful. Yes, I feel more insecure with who I am right now because I don't know who I am right now. Should I be embarrassed? Should I have not said that? Because then it takes away from this like fakeness of I'm powerful. No, that makes me even more powerful because how powerful do you have to truly be to be able to publicly share? Yeah, no, I feel destabilized right now. I'm going through an ascension cycle. And in that destabilization, it's creating opportunities for me to get to know myself much deeper, more intimately. And no, you can't utilize this period to mess with me. Like, are you kidding me? In times of destabilization, my energy becomes so much more savage. In times where I'm very stable, I'm not going to defend myself. It's usually like, oh, just stop. Times where I'm destabilized, game on, bitches. Game on. You want a response? I'll give you one. It was too harsh. You shouldn't have tried. But what? But I didn't know. Now you know. Try it again. See what happens. I'm sorry. Say it to my good ear. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't care. When someone wants to attack you, when they think you are the most destabilized, that person does not deserve your mercy. They don't deserve your compassion, your patience, your understanding, or any of that. No. However you respond to it, that's what the response you needed. Because at some point, you're going to learn to defend yourself to the very end. Okay? You need to allow yourself to understand you deserve to be defended by you. By you. If you're the person that speaks up for everyone else, if you are the person who likes to make sure that those who have no voice are heard, you need to do that for yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of what's going on is recognition of different things that are needing to take place for you. Card number 3, inspiration, but it was in reverse. So you're not feeling inspired by the things that have gone on. This is telling me that you were stung by someone because you like the bees. You were stung by someone, right? But because it's in reverse, it's this thing of like you didn't just allow yourself to get stung. Wait, no. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is this. You allowed yourself to be in the proximity of bees, and bees can sting you. That's within their capacity. And so you got stung instead of being stung and learning from it, growing from it, empowering yourself through it. You just allowed it to cripple you. You allowed that situation to cripple you. part of what makes me powerful in my eyes, I don't know if people see me as powerful, but for me, part of what makes me feel like a powerful woman is when you try and do something to me, when someone tries to sting me. Ooh, the type of rebelliousness that pops up in me. The type of rebelliousness. It's this thing of like, okay, so you stung me. You think I'm gonna shut down? No, I'm going to harvest your venom, create anti-venom, and I'm gonna squish you. I'm gonna squish you. I'm gonna squish you. So you can't sting me again because I don't know if you're a bee, if you're a hornet. I don't know. So I'm gonna squish you. You're not gonna be allowed to sting me again. And I'm also gonna leave the area. Like I'm not afraid of what I need to lose in order to protect myself. One time, because my family used to drive to Yosemite for like picnics and stuff. I know, we're kind of weird. We would go specifically just for the day for a picnic. And I remember one time it was me, our kids, my mom, me and my husband. Um, and I wanted to have a picnic out in the woods, like surrounded by trees and whatnot. I didn't want to be at a picnic bench. And so I got my husband to pull over and I went into the forest. I set out my picnic blanket. And I was trying to invite them to come and sit with me in the forest. They would not. They refused. They stayed in the minivan and they're like, "You're crazy." My mom was talking so much caca to me. I was just like, whatever. And I'm over here eating my ham sandwich. And there's these bugs that are flying around me. And I'm like, ew. And I put my sandwich down because they kept trying to come to the sandwich as I was putting it in my mouth. And they were hornets. And as I put my sandwich down, the top bread kind of fell off of it. It was still on the plate. And then the hornets landed on the ham and they started to eat the ham in front of me. I was just like, keep the damn sandwich, keep it. And I threw that sandwich as far as I could before I took off running in the opposite direction. I'm not scared of what to lose, what I got to get rid of, what I got to let go of in order to avoid being stung. Like, would you have held on to that sandwich? There's other sandwich meat in the car. There's other sandwiches, opportunities for sandwiches. I mean, right. Moonrock says, no, I would have ran away. Okay, so why do we do this with people? Billions of people in the world, and you want to hold on to the one that stings and bites. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not. No, 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 no. I'm not going to hold on to that. There's plenty of other people in the world. I don't need to hold on to the one thing that I know is going to bring certain pain for me. Because hornets, they don't lose their stinger. They don't have only one opportunity to sting you. They keep that in. It's like a hypodermic needle, and they can keep stinging you as many times as they want. I'm good. There are some people who they can only sting you one time, and that's it. That's their capability, that one sting, right? And then there's other people who are in our lives. I don't know if they're in our lives right now, but they have the capacity to continue stinging you repeatedly. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. No, I'm not going to keep letting that be a part of my life. Are you kidding me? No. Card number 19, dream a beautiful dream. What's the difference between a dream and a nightmare? What's the difference between a dream and a nightmare? Your perception of it. Your perception. That's it. I've had dreams that were very, very graphic. Um, One dream in particular is a memory, past life memory, but I thought it was a dream for most of my childhood. Stuck in a cockpit. Someone's behind me, so it's a two-person cockpit. And we are gently sinking into the Pacific. The light is getting dimmer and dimmer. Through the seams and the cracks in the dome of the cockpit, water is pouring in. And I hear whale songs. Whales are singing. I hear a lot of crashing, and I hear whales singing muffled booms. A lot of them. Boof, boof, with whale song. I was just like, this is bad. What's going on? And that's a really bad scenario. And I remember being a child, and because I'm a very lucid dreamer, uh, just sitting there like, huh, I wonder what this means. as a kid. Most people would be freaked out by that type of dream because I knew without a shadow of a doubt. I knew even as a small child when I was having these dreams, I'm going to die here. I'm literally going to die. I'm going to drown. I did it. I distinctly remember I didn't bother unbuckling my harness. It was just like, just looking around, waiting, waiting for the inevitable. Like distinct memories of the emotions of I'm dying with honor. Crazy kamikaze shit. Yeah, and that's what it was. I kamikazed into Pearl Harbor. So, yeah, and I didn't have any fear of that. Technically, that's a nightmare. Flash forward to the time I'm like 18, having these dreams that are nightmares, like absolute nightmares for me, to the point where I began taking caffeine pills to stay awake because I didn't want to sleep. I was so afraid. And what were those dreams? Well, the first one was seeing these two very, very tall buildings in the distance, which didn't make sense because I was in the neighborhood where I grew up. There's no tall skyscrapers there, but there were these two very tall buildings in the distance. One had a very tall antenna at the top of it. They were just tall, straight, and I called them towers. And then they exploded. Yeah. And I don't know why I was so afraid. It was like fear, terror, terror. And lo and behold, I was dreaming of 9/11 several years before it actually happened. What was the difference between those two dreams? I was in no harm's way. I really wasn't. In that second dream, I was seeing this from a distance, and then I was able to zoom in and look at the top of that building that had a huge antenna, and it was this whole like semi-demonic scene. And I love scary movies at that point, like the gorier the better. Seeing that scene, I was just like, oh my God. Oh Lord, this is bad. This is really bad. And it was this very strong sensation and knowing of, I'm going to be allowed to see the truth of people. I'm going to see their faces change into demonic forms when they're inhabited. What was so scary about that for me? It shouldn't have been scary because I literally love scary movies. Like, it didn't scare me at all. Moonrock says, do you think you were feeling the people involved? I definitely in the dream remember looking down over the edge of the tower like, this is really high. And I remember seeing people jumping out windows in the dream. And then I remember zooming in, and like we were basically free falling, looking at each other like backwards. And I was just like, oh, you're going to die. And the person's like, I know. It was bad, but it was my perception of it, because I think the thing that scared me the most about the second dream of the two towers was this, it carried with it the message of I would be tasked to create a type of change in the world that would prevent another round of something like that. But it would require me to become so visible and vulnerable in that visibility. And I would not be allowed to hide, because I would be the one to be able to see. But I don't want to be seen. That's what was scary for me. That's what was scary for me. It's perception. The difference between a dream and a nightmare is the perception you have. Okay. However, you're traversing this period of your life, if you have fear, it's because of how you are perceiving it. It's how you perceive it that creates the amount of struggle and pain. Okay. Card number 9, what do you feel? But it's in reverse. This is telling me you're blocking out how you feel. While I was going through those nightmares, because it lasted for 3 weeks, while I was going through those nightmares, I was not considering how it was making me feel. I just knew I was afraid and I didn't want to see anymore. Yeah. So for 3 weeks, each week was another visual, another set. The first week was nonstop of those 2 big buildings, demonic stuff, like it was a threesome on the roof, and that threesome involved a demonic member and then 2 nations. And then the second dream had a lot to do with, I thought they were Mexicans. I thought it was in Mexico. I was just like, oh my God, why are all these Mexicans dying? But it wasn't. It was the Middle East. And yeah. And then the third week, the final dream was that a lot of demonic things would try and infiltrate my life, try and be very close to me, pretend to be my friend, and that I would be able to see their faces change in real time, which I do have that ability to see that. A lot of the struggles that come with being who you are so deeply rooted in how you choose to see. And oftentimes you're wearing glasses that belong to family members, to other societies, to other timelines, time frames, generations. These glasses that you wear to see the world are not even properly calibrated for your eyes. You can see clearly, but instead you choose to obscure the truth of your clear seeing by wearing goggles designed for the poor vision, the poor eyesight of those who came before you. That's hard. That's very, very hard to see. Like it's wearing someone else's glasses who has a different prescription than you. If you're nearsighted and you're wearing someone's glasses who's farsighted, I mean, that's kind of obnoxious, isn't it? If you're farsighted, why would you wear someone's glasses who are nearsighted? That would cause you to have a very wonky vision. And maybe you're the farsighted type of person where you can see so far into the future, into that further down the road type of scenario, yet you keep trying to live in just the now. The things that we're taught, spiritual concepts, those are bastardized teachings. I hope you guys know that. All of these woke gurus, they stole passages from esoteric texts, the Upanishads, the Vedic texts, Nagamati, Bhagavad Gita, all of these like very, very ancient, very sacred texts. They took little passages and like, oh, that sounds good. Let's like modernize it. It's like, yes, yes. Let's add the term morphogenetic in there. Yes, I sound smart. I sound advanced. They have no idea what those texts are about. None. No idea. But it sounded good, right? And these are the types of teachings that you're applying to your life. There's a lot of people who talk about, I need to learn to detach. Detach from what? Uh, um, well, detach. Right. I heard you. I understand what detach means. What are you detaching from? Well, I gotta detach from life. Why? How are you gonna live if you detach from this life? Well, because I'm a star seed, but you're in a human body. I'm not saying you're not a star seed. I'm saying you're in a human body. So that tells me that you, as a star seed, chose to live as a human being. Why would you detach from your human life? Well, because yeah, I have to hold space and wait for my twin to arrive. Why? Well, because we're twins. But what does that even mean? Well, they're my other half. So then how are you functioning if you're not whole? Well, what? Yes. Um, how have you functioned up to this point if you're not whole? Well, no, they're my twin and I have to wait for them because that's how we're like supposed to be in a relationship. Why? Well, because it's divine union. Okay, but like, why is it a divine union? What makes it a divine union? Because we're twins. Okay, so what does that mean? They're my other half. Well, then how did you function this whole time if they're your other half? If you're not whole, how have you been functioning this whole time? Uh, uh, when you start asking these questions, you start seeing that you're only ever being given half of what you need to know. And whatever the other half is, it could be a lie, it could be an omission, it could be whatever the person wants it to be to further whatever their agenda is. Well, Emmy, are you saying that you are more truthful than other people? I'm saying I'm not interested in building an audience, so I have nothing to lose. I don't need to sound good. I don't have anything to lose. I don't want you to worship me. So why wouldn't I be honest? I've lived my whole life being shut the heck up. I've lived my whole life with people telling me I shouldn't say this and I shouldn't say that, even though it's the truth, because why would you say that? You're being weird. So now I don't care. I'm going to just say whatever I need to say. And then you're going to have to process whatever you need to process. So, yeah. Ocean lover. Hold up. I got to look that up on Ascensionpedia. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's this thing of like, what do you feel and why do you feel it? What do you feel about your life? Why do you feel it? Why are you going through the things that you're going through? Is it really something that you need to go through, or are you going through it because you continue to choose everything except the option that you actually need to explore and choose? Whew. So no, you don't need to detach from anything. No, you don't need to be in a divine union. No, you don't need to do this. No, you don't need to do that. Would you guys believe that I don't meditate daily? I don't meditate at all. I can't. I can't. I'm not able to. I have wicked ass ADHD. Yeah. Squirrel ass mind. Like start meditating and I something sparkly. What? What, Michael? Yeah, I can't meditate. Oh, does that suddenly make me not spiritual to you? I don't meditate. I eat meat. Mhm. I say bad words when I feel like it. Oh my god, you're so not spiritual. So here's the thing. I'm painfully aware how old my soul is. I'm painfully aware of how many lives I've lived. I am painfully aware of all the different types of forms that I have taken in the different lifetimes that I've lived. My soul is beyond spiritual. I didn't come into a human body to keep doing what's natural for my soul. I came into a human body to take a break from being spiritual. Look at that. I can't even do that. Ain't that some shit? Oh. Yeah, no, I came into this life not just for my sole purpose, but to experience life as a human being. It's hard. That's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. Be a human being, have human emotions. I realized the other day, so my son was doing some body work on me. He knows how to do sports medicine. He was doing body work on me because I developed a knot that started earlier in the day. And as he's working on me, he's like, I think you've just been sedating it. Because that knot went deep AF. Good God. Yeah, it went deep AF. And then as he released my upper back, and then he began working on my lower back. And I was just like, oh, I didn't even realize I was hurting in my lower back too. Oh, shoot. And he was like, well, I noticed all day, like you'll be like, I was sedating it, you know? It's hard to be a human being and have these human experiences. It's like the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Um, yeah. What if part of what you're here to do is just be a human being? One capable of extremely elevated and extremely deep intro and external um, consideration, contemplation. What if that's all you needed to do and allow people to witness you? Now, I've never really spoken about it. This is not something I was taught. This is something that I remember from many, many lifetimes of having to repair myself and my psyche as creation has tasked me to do different things in different timelines, different planetary systems, different logos, everything, different everything, right? If creation sends me out somewhere to, have the type of effect that creation wants, um, I'm usually solo in that mission. My soul family, we operate solo. If you get fucked up while you're out, no, there's no cavalry coming to save you. You better stitch it up. You better sedate it. You better chop that limb off, whatever the fuck you need to do. But you are not going to fail, and you are going to debrief your superiors. You have this amount of time to complete that mission. That I know for a fact that's how my soul group functions. Very militarily precise. We don't give a shit what happens to you on the field. You better come back with the information you were tasked to get. And no, you don't work in pairs. No, there's no extraction team. No, you're not getting any helicopters or anything like that. Nope. You better put on that suit, cloak the shit out of yourself, and make sure you get home with the information you need to get home with. And so it's become this thing of like, my team knows exactly how to heal. We know how to heal. We know how to evade. We know how to assimilate. We know everything we need to know. One of the most powerful things that we had to master before we could be deployed is what? Auto-psychotherapy. Every species, the mind is created and designed in a way where it can repattern your standing scalar waves. That includes sensation of pain. That includes physiological composition. That includes staunching blood flow. That includes the whole gambit. So what does that mean? It means I can completely dislocate my knee, pop it back in, take 2 pieces of wood to stabilize that knee, duct tape that shit at the top and the bottom, and I will continue to hike up that mountain if that's what I need to do. That's not human. That is so not human. For me, that's easy. And that's happened to me before. That's actually happened to me. Like, you could ask my husband. Michael had me freaked out thinking we needed to evac the whole state this years ago. I was exhausted and I was rocking my baby and I wasn't paying attention. If I get too tired, I lose proper form. And as I was swaying side to side like this with the baby in the baby carrier, and I think I might have fallen asleep standing up. And instead of my knee bending like this, decided to go sideways, tore my everything, fell to the ground, but I woke up as it happened. And I was able to shield my baby's head like this. So I fell on dislocated my shoulder too. Held my baby's head and neck solid against me. I fell on my thing, dislocated my shoulder and my knee. Sounded like I broke a bone, but I didn't. That was the sound of my ligaments tearing. And as soon as that happened, Michael said we had to leave. And I was like, but I can't. I'm fucking injured. Like, what do you want me to do? He goes, figure it out. Shit. Oh, shit. So I told my husband, can you go to like, I don't know, back of a grocery store or something, look for their pallets, break one. Just take one thing of the pallet and we'll break it in half when you're here. Get some duct tape too. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You gotta go to the ER. No, I'm good. I promise I'm good. If you can't find a pallet, get a knee brace, get some duct tape. Knee braces have the hinge. Even cheap ones, they'll have the metal bars on the sides and it hinges at the knee. You just duct tape it at the top, duct tape it at the bottom, and duct tape the hinge in place. It won't move. You just got to keep it straight, ice it, take anti-inflammatories. Yeah. So, and then we went hiking because he told us we had to leave the city. Michael said we had to leave the city. You dislocate, if you separate your shoulder and you put it back in place, there's really not much you can do. You just stabilize your arm. Duct tape that shit in place. Wrap something around you, keep it in place, just keep it immobilized. So that's what I did. Yeah. I mean, it's easy for me to not be human. That's very easy for me. I can quiet down the pain receptors. That's so easy for me. But is it human? No, it's not. So part of what I'm here to do, not for the entire world, but for myself, is to allow myself to be human. So now it's like, oh my God, that hurts. Stop. I don't like that. Yeah. You're not here to be a starseed. If you were supposed to be a starseed, you wouldn't be a human being. I absolutely mean that. These people, like, it irks me, and I'm sorry if you're one of them. Okay, I'm not trying to intentionally offend you, but it really irks me when people go ahead and like change their name on their profiles into something that's supposed to be spiritual, like Starseed Calandra, Christic Joe. I'm just like, you're obnoxious. Stop it. Stop it. And it's not that it's because you're not using your government name. It's just like, that's fucking obnoxious. So my profile names have been like, Bangkok Bunny. So we've been Bangkok Bunny. We've been Mary Had a Little Lamb. We've been little lamb. We like all sorts of different things. All sorts of different things. And it's fine if you don't identify as yourself and you want to be known as something else. But why do you need to identify yourself as blah, 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 blah? Y'all can take one look at me and listen to me in one live stream and know beyond a shadow of a doubt, she's not normal. Tell me, do you think I'm normal? Do I seem average? Do I seem neurotypical? In the first live stream you watched, did I seem like the average person to you? I mean, even if you were watching me since Facebook, I'm not average. I am not typical. I don't know. I don't know what I am, but it's not basic. Maria says, now you freaked me out. My child is doing all that, running 4 miles with dislocated knees, put back the dislocated shoulder, things like that. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Like people don't understand the gravity of they don't understand the gravity of what the human brain can do. They just don't all these limitations and whatnot. And it's this thing of someone my size and height at the time that I was doing this, I want to say I was like 115 pounds. Okay. 115 pounds. Over 40, 115 pounds. Still a little bit flabby, a little jiggle. Just jiggle. It's okay. I wasn't trying to get a six pack. I was trying to be strong. And I was deadlifting a couple 100 pounds. Just and then I would follow up the deadlifts with at the height 505-pound load for leg lifts, leg presses. Yeah. 115 pounds. And I was doing it like it's easy. The exercise where you like squish your thighs together, like it's for your inner thighs. One of my girlfriends like, girl, you could squish the shit out of a watermelon. I said, I probably could, because I'll clear the whole rack. The rack is about, I think for the machine I was using, the max weight for that rack was 295 pounds. I could squish that easily. I do 3 or 4 sets of 25 to 30 each set. And I wouldn't stop on the last set until my muscles actually fail. Fuck yeah. That burning sensation? Those are micro tears in your muscles. And most people would be like, oh my God, it burns, it hurts. I'm over here like, fuck yeah. Yes, burn, baby, burn. Yeah, I love it. Why? It's evidence of growth, impending growth. You let those micro tears happen, carry a load until failure, and then you supplement with BCAAs, you'll grow real fucking fast. You'll grow. At over 40, I went from flapjack ass to badonkadonk in like 2 months. Yeah. To me, is no biggie. Like I could do that if I wanted to. Do I want to? Well, my joints are kind of having issues. I'm not consuming the appropriate types and levels of supplements that are necessary for the type of genetic mutations that I have. My genetic mutations affect ligaments. Like, see that? And I can keep going until it gets dislocated, and I won't know until after it's dislocated. So I should just stop. I should just stop. But yeah, it's one of those things where we just have to understand we're not here for the same reason someone else is here. We're not. Whatever your goal is, that's not my goal. That's not my objective. Oh, so you're saying you have an objective? Yes. Why wouldn't I? It would be a lie for me to be here telling you like, no, I just flow with life. No, I have a fucking objective. Are you kidding me? What's your objective then? To use people? No, to experience as much as I possibly can in a state of neutral observation and allow my neutral observation to add to my understanding of my proper place within my life. I mean, it's a bit narcissistic of you to think that my life should revolve around you, isn't it? Right? Whoever that was, I was thinking that. Why are you watching, anyways? You think so loud. You watch every day, contradicting, talking to your phone and contradicting everything I say. Why keep coming here? Go to a place that really supports what you think. I mean, you're thinking wrong, first off, very inaccurate. Like, you're all about aesthetics and stuff. I don't vibe with you. But I mean, I want you to feel supported. So why keep coming here? Because I won't support your bullshit thoughts. Why keep coming here? Because you're looking for someone to argue with, but you don't have the courage to actually argue with people in your life. So instead, you come to my live streams and argue with a phone. That's cowardly. At least comment your thoughts in the comments. Find your balls. You're blushing. You feel embarrassed. That's why you don't comment, because you know you want confrontation. I'll give it to you. Baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. I know what you want. You know I got it. Baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. You don't want confrontation. You want to feel heard. You're hurting inside. You're hurting inside and you project it out because you're afraid to recognize how much your life has negatively impacted you. Instead of fighting me, why don't you just join me? Comment what you've been through. This entire community of people can assist you. They can help you to feel supported, heard, recognized, appreciated. And that's a very powerful way to begin your healing. It doesn't matter if I like you or not. As long as you're not disruptive, there's no reason for me to become nasty with you. This is a space for sovereigns. You see how that works? I don't have ego in the way other people do. Mine functions in the opposite manner. I don't need to feel big and bad. And when I begin to become unbalanced in my perception of myself, my ego will flare and make me feel very small and very weak. So I can remember I'm not here to rule, I'm here to serve. Comment. I'm telling you, these people will help you. I probably won't. I think the best show of compassion is just to not say anything when you comment, at least for me, because your energy irritates me. You know, I'm human. Your energy irritates me. That tells me you probably have something demonic. And I'm serious. You probably have a parasite. The only time people really irritate me is if they're parasitic. It's the truth. Okay. Carrying on. Michael always tricks me. God damn it. Okay. All right. Alrighty. Alrighty. Yeah, I mean, you don't need me to heal. You don't need my approval to heal. You already exist. That means you've been approved by creation. Come on now. Who the hell am I, anyways? I'm serious. Who am I to you, anyways? Who cares if I get irritated by you? Who cares? Maybe that's part of your issue, is that, or not issue, but struggle, is that you put too much emphasis on other people's opinions. Who cares what they think about you? I'm still here, publicly visible. I know you don't like me. Don't matter. Doesn't make you a bad person. Doesn't make me a bad person. It just means that we don't agree. We can still very peacefully coexist. You can still be a part of the comments. And I'm wondering if a lot of what you're going through is you self-isolating because you're scared of people not agreeing with your stance. And maybe if you're scared of people not agreeing with your stance, you don't actually believe that then. So if you need people to believe the same thing you believe, do you really believe it? Or are you believing something that creates some sort of dissonance within you? But you're choosing to believe it because it's what's the norm. And so you need to gather as many people as you can because safety, excuse me, in numbers. I don't believe in safety in numbers. Galactic tactical type stuff, I would look for the numbers. I would look for the largest amount, the most concentrated portion, and that's what I would go for. It's easy, it's efficient. So there's no safety in numbers. There's safety in belief in self. Why do you think my crew always only ever goes out by themselves? You're much harder to track. You are much harder to subvert. How can they stop you if they can't even find you? They can't. Just say it. Speaking of my crew, card number 13, power of attraction. You're attracting to you the very things that you need. Okay, another twin flame card. Card number 11, diving for light. You got to go deep. You got to go deep. Okay. Go very, very deep into the truth of who you are, not who people told you are, but who you actually truly are. Tiffany, yes, I have EDS. I have EDS. I have EDS and MTHFR. It's a multiple gene mutation. Card number 1, after the storm. The storm is there to cleanse you, to cleanse away all of the stuff that has been sprinkled on you, your thoughts, your perception, and your journey by all the people you've come across. It's just one of those things. You don't need to carry that with you. The other day, I was talking to my member group, and it was this really intense moment of speaking the reality. I'm not allowed to exist based on my religious upbringing, based on society's expectations. I don't have society or religion's permission to exist. I'm hard to control. I'm hard to anticipate. You just really never know what I'm going to say or do. I'm hard to shut up, and I'm hard to disprove. I do things that other people can't do. I don't have permission to exist. And that's sad. But I'm also defiant as fuck. I don't need your fucking permission to exist. I'm already here. Too bad. And you guys have to begin really accepting that type of mindset where it's like, oh, you don't want me to exist? Too fucking bad. You should have prayed harder. You should have prayed harder because unfortunately, whatever prayers you or your people said to make sure that I wasn't born, you failed. It didn't work. I was born anyways. So now I'm here, and now I'm just going to rock this all the way out. Y'all don't need someone else's permission to be who you are. The most painful periods of my life were the periods where I tried to force myself to conform, and I couldn't understand why. Why is it so hard to be a human being? Why can't I just play by their rules, say what they tell me to say, be quiet when they tell me to be quiet, and all of these other things that I've heard my entire effing life? Because that's not what I'm here for. I'm finally coming to terms with that. That's not what I'm here for. If you don't like what I'm here for, file a grievance with Jesus, not here. This is the wrong department. I'm so serious. File a grievance with Jesus. I'm just saying. Okay? File a grievance. I'm going to carry on my merry way and do my merry job. Why y'all post? Okay. We got 11, 22, 81, 100, 11, 22, 73, 73. So 11, 22, 9. That tells me a lot. A doubling of the realization of the divine information, leading to a realization of divinity itself. Alexandra's numbers 11, 22, 73, 73. This mirroring, this broken down mirroring, amplification. 1122 is an amplification of the knowing of the divine knowledge needed to enter into a cycle of completion. That completion then becomes a foundation from which to complete another cycle of completion on a much higher and much deeper level, which then serves as the opportunity to create another foundation from which 1010 we begin to realize we're on a journey. Love it. Love it. All right. Card number 18, spirals of manifestation, but it's in reverse. It's this thing of consciously creating in an unconscious way. You create the situations that you need. You know that, right? You are the one who is choosing the nuanced ways in which you will experience these learning opportunities you are provided by soul. Boo, boo, boo. Oh, you know what I heard? So, Sochi, I was thinking about you and your girlfriend, and you were like, yes, they watch you, but they don't speak English. So, and I realized like I talk so fast. I know, right? I talk so fast sometimes, especially when I get excited. I talk fast. And then I was thinking about like, Michael, what should I do? Should I learn, like teach myself how to speak slower? And then this video pops up. I don't remember where. I think it was on YouTube. I don't remember, but it was this thing of like the guy was like, if you think I talk too fast, you can go ahead and adjust the speed. Slow it down on your end, but I'm going to talk however the F I talk. I was like, oh, there's an option to slow the speed. So if I talk too fast, you could definitely do that. Slow the speed down. Solutions. If you ask the question, the answer will be provided. I'm just saying. So card number 36, listening for truth. It's in reverse. Your ass need to quit playing like you can't hear. I'm just saying. From your soul, XOXO. Michael goes, did you have to add the XO? Yes. It makes it more personable. Would you rather I say Bezos? He's like, oh, is that what they see? They already had the answer. I'm a little bit delayed in some aspects. I'm not joking. Some aspects I'm extremely advanced. Other aspects I'm very delayed. I don't understand most things that people understand. But things that require quantum computation, absolutely. That is so easy. What are you talking about? Like, I don't understand when it's my turn to talk. I'm serious. That's why I don't answer people's phone calls or messages and stuff. Like, I have to be able to see you, and then I'm like reading your face, like, oh, it's my turn to talk. So then what happened? Aside from that, I'm just like, is it my turn? They stop talking. And then as I start talking, they start talking as well. And then I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I don't know social cues. I just don't know. 3 of Cups. Ooh. A general toasts his victory. Oh, hell yes. Hell yes. Órale pues, bichachos. I'ma say. So here's the thing. I can't say it on the live stream. I'm sorry. I was saying it in my head. For those of you that heard me, you know, you're allowed to know. For those of you who didn't, I'm sorry. you know? I don't know. I'm just saying though. Okay. 3 of Cups. Resolution of a problem, conclusion, healing, satisfactory result, compromise. All I gotta say is I'm doing a live stream on the 22nd of this month, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's gonna be a 2/22 portal day fire ceremony. I'm just saying, you fucking try and attack me again on that day, I'm gonna fuck shit up in a way you've never seen. No more hiding under blankets. Should have tried harder the first time. Should have tried harder the first time. All you did was level me up. So, I've been working on a few swords. And those swords are infused with specific type of energy. One sword in particular, I've etched into the selenite blade itself a lot of light code. It's light code that is just I'm just saying, that's why I feel feisty today. Feeling feisty. I'm feeling feisty. Yo, I'm gonna fuck shit up. I'm feeling feisty. I'm feeling feisty. I'm really gonna fuck shit up. Okay, 2 of Staves. That's good to know, though. It's good to know. So I was like, I don't want to do this live stream, man. I don't want. Now I feel like, oh, I'm going to do this live stream. 2 of Staves. Mature individual, a ruler. Ooh, attainment of goals and needs, boldness, a dominant personality. Just saying. It's one of those things where it's like really coming into your power. I know that I needed to go through that. I know that I needed to question. I know that I was in the process of leveling up and allowing myself to come to some sort of understanding of what the fuck is up. And now I know. This is just another cycle that I'm in. It's no big deal. But at the same time, it is a big deal. Mm. Michael says, pointed out, the mark is gone. I've absorbed the code. Gotcha. That's some good shit. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I didn't understand why Michael didn't protect me. I didn't understand. Sometimes when you go through things that are very, very intense, the intention of that experience is to give you first hand sampling of that energy. Do you guys feel the energy shifting? It's like, oh, da, 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 da. It's just amazing. I love it. I love it. You know, it's one of those things. I did go through something pretty pronounced during one of the other weeks. And yeah, I like that. I like that. I was wondering why Michael didn't come though. Just like, motherfucker, you always in my life, fucking shit up. Now I'm like calling for you to come to fuck shit up. Where are you? Yeah. And that kind of like concerned me for a second. Like, oh my gosh, I've been forsaken. Hiding under a blanket. Oh my god, I've forsaken. I finally said too much shit to Michael. No, He tells me that was the reason he couldn't answer the call. He tells me that he was actually shackled because there was nothing that was going to stop him from answering my call for help. But creation itself had him shackled so that and gagged. Poor guy had him shackled and gagged so that he wouldn't help. I didn't feel him at all. And I was just like, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, this is going to be a bad fight. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't. It was bad, but it wasn't that bad. An experienced and successful leader, a person of character and intelligence, business acumen, mathematical ability, reliable partner, wise investment, ability to acquire money and valuable possessions. All of this is telling me that it's time to check my crypto. All of this is telling me that yes! Shit. Sorry. I'm sorry. There's a rhythm to it. There's a heartbeat to it. Hold on. Yes. Mm-hmm. 43, 42. Sorry, guys. I have to pull out Bish, my pendulum. Bish. Will it go to 41? No. Are we waiting for 42? No. Do I jump on 43? Yes. All right. We got the numbers. Bish. Are we still on track for end of March? Yes. Okay. All right, Bish. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep, Bish. All right. All of this is telling me, like, for those that are being positioned to lead their local environment, or that's part of your purpose, is to lead that local environment, you gonna lead it. Everything is about to be positioned just right. Excuse me. For those who know, we waiting for 43. 43. Oh, that's completion. Solid foundation leading to completion. Leading to completion. It's a completion of what was necessary to do what needs to be done. Okay. Gotcha. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Page of Swords, vigilance, agility. Mm-hmm. Spying. I think someone's watching you. A discreet person, an active youth, a lithe figure, a person adept at perceiving, discerning, and uncovering the unknown. For those of you that know, you know exactly what I'm tracking. Okay? I said 43 at 11:35. What? It's now 9:36. 9:36, 369, 99, 18, 9. Oh, yes. I'm just saying, whatever this cycle, this like period of struggle that we have been in, confusion, all of this stuff, it's coming to an end. Shit. It's so loud. Do you guys hear that? Please don't break my electronics. They're already struggling. I mean, they're not like top of the line, but they're not the cheapest to replace. I don't want to buy a new laptop. I don't want to buy new mics. Please don't break them. You know, just like whisper to me, whisper. Just make it into a whisper. 9 of Swords in reverse. Suspicion. Slanderous gossip. Shame. scruple, timidity, shady character. Don't let this motherfucker in your life, okay? This is a shady ass person. Do not let them in your life. Do not. Don't do it. Don't do it. Beat them with your magic stick. Beat them with your magic stick. Go ride your dirty tiger and pinata the shit out of them with your words. Not physical. We don't like to promote physical violence, okay? Unless it's absolutely necessary, don't be physically violent. Riches, safety, family matters, ancestry, inheritance, home. Ooh. All right. Here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing. So people have heard me talk about, like, I have been told ever since I was a child that I would eventually become the most wealthy person on earth because I have no interest in being wealthy and I would totally use all that fucking money to feed people and medical stuff and all of that. And that's still true. Absolutely. But here's the thing that made me squeal because it says here, where are you at? Inheritance, right? Riches and inheritance. And it talks about ancestry and family matters. And it's this thing of this wealth once belonged to the line that one of my past life families is part of. So it's just simply a returning back to my hands. Ooh. Hold on. I got to look this up. Wow. These are all places I've lived. Is it all of them? Down to my life in Timbuktu. Oh, that's super interesting. Sorry, I can't share it. Can't share it on the live stream. That's super interesting, though. Okay. So we've got Page of Cups, a studious and intent person, reflective, meditative, loyal, willingness to offer services and efforts. I'm claiming all of this. Yeah, no, this is like, wow, all of this is so specific. I want to share this with you guys. You know, I can't be the only one that resonates with this message, with the importance and the gravity of what's being communicated in the cards right now. I've said it before, the world is about to change. I'm willing to be the one to change it. I don't feel like I have to be the only one. I feel like we all could choose to be that change. But, you know, hold on. I'm just saying. You know, it doesn't have to be this thing of we all have to do it together or I'm not going to do it at all. Like, no. It would be nice. It would be nice if we all could agree to affect tremendous change in our local environment. That would be very, very nice. It's not necessary. It's not a requirement for me to do what I need to do as a soul. Oh, you know what? we're going to do Kali. To the person who recommended this deck, thank you so much. Oh my God. I love it. I absolutely love it. Thank you for recommending it. All right. So I'll share some of that for people who are hearing ringing in their ears. Started a few minutes ago. People who are feeling some kind of pressure in the eyes. The level up that I experienced has a lot to do with matching energies, matching frequencies. And right now, the biggest concern for humanity as a collective energetic whole is a type of parasitic situation that rides electrotonal waves, the eyes and the ears. Because I like the light bulb went off in my head about the meaning and the gravity, and therefore the acceptance on a deep level of this truth for me and myself. I'm now matching energies. I'm now, anytime you watch or listen to me, my energy, the corrective portion of me, not my personal energy, but the corrective portion of me, will be cleansing your eyes and your ears. There you go. So you're feeling a cleansing cycle initiated, almost like someone blowing wind, not hard, but blowing wind towards your eyes, and it's displacing air particles. The frequency is a very penetrating type of frequency, but it should not hurt. It should not be uncomfortable. Just if you're sensitive to frequency, you'll feel it. Well, see, here's the thing. Look at this. Hold on. Let me find the card that I want to see. La 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 la. I've waited 100 years. I'll wait 1,000,000 more for you. Nothing prepared me for what the privilege of being yours would do. Tell me how they're not the same. The light and the shadow. They are the light and the shadow aspects of the same being. Kali and Kuan Yin are the same being. I don't know if you'll find things on this online, but Kali and Kaka and Kiki. I don't think she wants to be called Kaka. Kaka and Kiki. Enki. I don't want to talk about Enki. Nope. No. Nope. Let's put this away. We're not talking about that. That was a bad time. It was a bad time during human history when Enki and Enlil were doing their thing. And, we really don't need to be a part of that. We really don't need to have those conversations. What was done is already done. Okay. Have you guys heard of that? Enki and Enlil? And then Eazden. Should look into it. This story that Michael used to tell me. And then I didn't realize what he was telling me. And then one day I came across this information and I was like, oh, is that what you were telling me this whole time? He's like, yeah, he was telling me the whole time. I don't know. I don't listen very well when I don't want to listen. Maybe if you stop talking to me so much, I wouldn't ignore you so much. I was talking to one of my siblings. He's talking about his ex, right? Oh my God, I hope he doesn't kill me sharing this. He's talking about his ex, and his ex is having like an issue because She's like, she had someone else contact him to ask him to stop ignoring her messages. Mind you, they haven't been together in forever. And he tells that someone who was tasked to tell him that. He goes, well, you should tell her to stop texting me so I won't have to keep ignoring her. I was like, I was cracking up. I wouldn't have to ignore her if she didn't keep texting. Like, boo. Let's see. That really quick. Okay. Card number 26. I crack myself up sometimes. Card number 26. Shodashi. Ruby red with the divine juice of life. She nourishes the body, mind, and soul with vitalizing pleasure, life, and joyfulness. Goddess Sodashi restores self-esteem and an awareness of your innate value, especially after a time of painful rejection or disappointment. Through her blessings, the desires of the heart can find fulfillment in new ways. She brings divine energy for the manifestation of wishes. Her presence is an indication of inner power to restore yourself and to attract what you need into your life. Can we please take a moment? Can we just please take a moment to really allow ourselves to intentionally release our toxic relationship with money? You deserve that money to come in. You deserve to be compensated for your time and your services. You deserve to allow yourself to receive. Receive without feeling the need to give it away, because if you receive, then somehow you're taking from someone else. No, you're not. Let's take this moment to really, really release all of that toxic teaching we receive regarding money through our entire lives. Through our entire lives, we are taught this. There was this video. Let me get it. I know I saved it. There was this video that really, really affected me. Okay.
How expensive it actually not like receiving gifts? Or did you just grow up being told how expensive it was to raise you, and now anytime anyone spends any money on you, you feel guilty? Do you actually not like receiving gifts? Or did you just grow up being told how expensive it was to raise you, and now anytime anyone spends any money on you, you feel guilty?
Legitimate question. Do you really not like receiving? Or have you been conditioned at some point in your life to believe that you are such an inconvenience, that you are burdensome, that you are not worth the investment, not worth the time and the trouble, that your existence depletes someone else? And did you take this in as your truth? I mean, I was never made to feel like it was too expensive to raise me. Um, I was, however, made to feel very often how I make everything inconvenient, not having to do this and do that. Um, like, I'm just so spoiled. I mean, never mind the fact that I never asked for those dance lessons. I never asked to learn martial arts. I never asked to go to a private school or any of that. I never asked for any of that. Those were things that were forced upon me. I had no choice, yet it was held against me. And so I learned, when people do things for you, it will be shoved in your face again at some point. So don't allow yourself to receive. Don't, because it's always going to circle back around, and eventually when it comes back, it's going to hurt you again. Because there's something so painful for an empath about being made to feel as though your existence in some way, shape, or form has added to another person's suffering. I promise you that it hasn't. People suffer based on their own choices. If your presence really makes them feel like they're suffering, they should walk away from you. They should make that choice. You should not be forced to alter everything about you in order for you to be more tolerable. I will no longer exist in places where I'm simply tolerated. I deserve to be more than just tolerated. I deserve to exist in a way where I'm not worried that people are just quietly tolerating me, or worse, they feel pity for me. They feel sorry for me. Why do you need to feel sorry for me? I live a beautiful life. It's a very simple life, but it's a beautiful life. Because people have hurt me, people have harmed me. No, those were learning opportunities. Please don't ever feel sorry for me or anything I'm struggling through. And here's the thing, taking that knowing, that realization that that's the very thing that like hurts me the most, and allowing that to mature and ripen, and me not just exit out of it because avoidance, right? No, for me to exit out of that pool so that I can turn around and stand there, wait for the water to calm down and completely settle itself so I can see the truth of my reflection on the surface of that water. Did you know the water sits on the surface of your skin? It only enters after you've been sitting there for so long. You can allow yourself to experience periods where you are immersed in toxicity, where you are in environments that maybe are not in alignment with who you are. If you don't stay there too long, it doesn't get absorbed into you, it doesn't become a part of you. Look at it like it's water. It's only when you sit there for too long that the water begins to waterlog your skin, right? Another thing is that even when you pull in water, you pee it out as well. You can cleanse yourself of that. Another thing to consider, that water can be cleansed before it ever touches you. Water can be easily programmed. The halls of Amenti were filled with channels of water. I have very distinct memories of the halls of Amenti. People think that they were books. All of that information was programmed into hydroplasma. Water. Liquid energy. Water. So you have to allow yourself to begin consciously creating the environment that you're in, consciously forming, terraforming the landscape of your mind. Oh my God, I gotta go. I gotta go, you guys.